Hi. So here we go from the India practice 10:45. Trisha, Rohan, both of them are here. So Trisha actually asked Ami Ashchina to. She's not well. That's why she's not part of this live. Gargi has just gone to the Indian nets because the team, they were right here. So I'll give you a lowdown of what we've seen. Ashdeep is still here. Ashdeep is still here. It was his first training session. He's trying to hear what I'm saying. I'm saying this was your first practice session after the injury. So Ashdeep is still here. Good to see the intensity. Really good to see the intensity. The team came around 9:30. That's when the team came. 9:30 local Manchester time. By the way, Rohan, can you turn and show people how beautiful the sky? Take care, take care. We could have just had another injury within the team, just like the Indian team injury. There you go. Rohan will show you. Now, ulto diye ghoda. Ulto diye ghoda. So you will see, there you go. So there in front of you, Dhruv, Abhimanyu and Arshdeep, they're doing some running. Adrian's there, Dilip is there, and the pitch is right in front of you. By the way, look at the sky. Look at the color of the sky and you will know what I'm talking about. That red build, the glass box is the corporate box is there where it's written Emirates fly better. So that's the Emirates side of it. Edikta ektu ghoda. Turn it on the right here. Yeah, so this red glass box there is the Hilton Hotel. I used to stay in the Hilton because from the balcony of the room you can actually see the stadium. So the rooms are connected. So Hilton is actually connected. The road outside enters the Hilton outside of gate number 3. So where gate number 2 is, you can actually enter the Hilton. During the World Cup I was at the Radisson, but other times I've stayed here. West Indies former great Phil Simmons and I would sit in his room when he was part of the Afghanistan team, and we would do some stuff there. So that's the layout of the ground. Okay, now look at the wicket. People are still there looking at the wicket. I think there's some discussion is going on. Without my glasses, can't see much these days, but some discussion, if you can see, is going on at the pitch as we speak. So very host broadcasters. Yeah, host broadcasters doing some stuff there, and that's the weather like. Absolutely first class weather here in Manchester today. So that's the update as far as the weather is concerned. Now let me give you a lowdown of the practice. The team came around. By the way, Rohan, Trisha, Gargi, Debashish, Rohit, Shubha, and all of them. There you could see a glimpse. Dekhiye ekbar Trisha ke. There she is with her paracetamol and all of that. Unfortunately not well. I hope she gets better. Now that I'm here, everybody will get better. So the team came, these guys came at 9. The team came sharp at 9. In fact, if you could see breaking visuals on Rev Sports, it was at 9:01. I actually came late. I came at 9:35. My hotel is about 7-8 minutes hotel football. So came in pretty late last night, had breakfast, came at 9:35. When I was here, the team was right in front. 4 specific drills happened. The first was stretching and all of that. Then Adrian conducted a pretty interesting drill, a pretty interesting drill where the players had to do all kinds of stretches, lifting their, and I was sitting here where I could hear the players talk. And then there was a drill where he was calling 3, and each time there were 4 people on the other side throwing balls. The players had to lift the ball and throw it back. So it was part of groups. So there was one group with Shardul Thakur, Jasprit Bumrah, and Abhimanyu Ishwaran. These were the 3 groups, and their ball was being thrown, the ball to them rather, was being thrown by Raghu. So that was the 4-member group there. And Shardul was actually guiding that group ki aap Jassi ko phekiye, Jassi to Ishwaran, Ishwaran to Shardul and back. That was the rotation. And Adrian was conducting that drill with all of the players. That continued for about 10 to 12 minutes. That drill continued for about 10 to 12 minutes. Thereafter, they did a bit of a throwing drill. And KL Rahul was a tad disappointed because he thought he had won one of them, and they were throwing. So Sai Sudarshan, KL Rahul, all of the players got involved. And most interestingly, as expected, Ravindra Jadeja was winning the maximum number of times. Each time he was throwing it down and he was doing this as if it was his ball game. So Ravindra Jadeja was doing this, and
counted all the reporters and said sabko khallas kar diya.
so Ravindra Jadeja was doing this, and he's an absolute darling. So that's Jadeja for you. Then what happened? This was Adrian's part. So when Adrian finished, and I'm kind of giving you a detailed description as to what has happened so far in the practice session. By the way, as we speak, the players except Arshdeep, who is out of the fourth test, Nitish is out of the series, as you had heard from Shubhan and the Rev Sports team yesterday. Nitish is out of the series. রন এইদিকে আমাকে প্রশ্নও দিতে পারিস বা এখানে আমি প্রশ্ন খুলে নিচ্ছি আমি প্রশ্ন নিয়ে নেবো হ্যাঁ চালা নিশ্চয়ই চালা যা যা চালানোর চালা আমি প্রশ্ন নিয়ে নেবো আমি প্রশ্ন এইখান থেকে নিয়ে নেব ওকে Kuldeep Yadav must be playing 11 here. Don't think so. There is so much of rain around. Whether Kuldeep Yadav, who was the one? Fit Monk. Kuldeep Yadav, I don't think so. From what I have seen so far, will Kuldeep be part of the playing 11? I doubt it. I think with all of this rain around, though the match days, the amount of rain is certainly supposed to go down. So the match days, I think there will be a full test match. I'm pretty confident there will be. There's enough in this part of the world to give us a full game. Will Kuldeep play? I still have my doubts with Monk. Syed Gully means he will play. That's a good observation. Neeraj Negi. Yes, from who were the four slips? Gill was first. Rahul wasn't there.
No, Shubman, Karun, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sai Sudarshan.
Correct. So that's what Trisha just said. Shubman was first. Karun was second. Yashasvi was back in the slip cordon, which was interesting in the third slip. And fourth slip was Sai Sudarshan. Now, here's the point. KL Rahul had dropped one. Is India going to change him? Is that the reason why Shubman goes into first and Karun comes into second? That was the position where KL was fielding at Lords. Is that a change that we are going to see? Is something that we have to very carefully monitor. Number three, again interesting, Nitish Kumar Reddy was part of that slip cordon, and we have also seen him take a catch. We have seen him throw his body around and save quite a few runs each time the ball was going through slips. So Nitish Kumar Reddy was big time part of that slip cordon. Now if Nitish is not playing, Nitish is not playing, so who takes that position? Is it going back to Yashasvi Jaiswal? Is that something that India is contemplating? Is something comments থাকবে? Should live show practice থেকে comment আসবে না? Comment না তাহলে আর মজাটা কি? নিয়ে নেবো আমি এখান থেকে এক গাদা নিয়ে নেবো, তুই চিন্তা করিস না। So Nitish Kumar Reddy was obviously sort of unfortunately missing out. That position, Yashasvi Jaiswal is back in the slip cordon. Interesting that India reinstates. Jaiswal took a good catch, took a smart catch in the last test match at Lords. Does that get Yashasvi Jaiswal back in the slip cordon? We will keep that open-ended. Oh, nice. There is a story here. Clive Lloyd and Farooq Engineer. But by the way, now that you say Farooq Engineer and Clive Lloyd, I can give you a million stories about Farooq Engineer and Clive Lloyd. But
we met Farooq Engineer.
He went to his house.
Absolutely public.
And by the way, I shouldn't say this. Don't take everything Farooq Engineer says as truth.
Yeah, somebody told me 90% of it is mixed.
Don't. Farooq Saab is. Don't take everything Farooq Saab says as truth. But Farooq Saab is a character.
Yeah.
He's an absolute character. I mean, but I'll come to Farooq Saab in a bit. And you must remind. I must do you. In fact, you guys must hear these stories. Some of these stories as well. We must do a show, Memories of Manchester. Memories of Manchester. You know what? The last time an Indian got 100 at Manchester was Tendulkar in 1990. After that, no Indian has got 100 at Manchester. So the last time that an Indian by the in a test match, the last time an Indian got 100 at Manchester was at Old Trafford in 1990. But I'm just digressing. I'll tell you guys these stories and come to the practice stories again. So Sachin comes into bat at 175. Remember from memory, 117 for 5. Second innings. 117 for 5, which became 183 for 6 when Kapil Dev got out. England had scored 500 in the first innings. India had scored 432. Azhar got 100. Second innings, Alan Lamb scored a century, 320 for 4 declared, leaving India. Bat the whole of last day. Eddie Hemmings, Devon Malcolm, Chris Lewis, and Angus Fraser were the England bowlers coming at India and coming hard, genuinely hard. So what happens? 4 wickets down, the top order gone. Tendulkar comes out to bat at 6. Then this guy gets out, Azhar gets out, and Kapil Dev gets out. 183 for 6, Tendulkar and Prabhakar, still 2.5 sessions to survive. So Sachin says, I came out to bat. I knew this was my opportunity to make a mark for India and do something about it. There was a catch that he gave with an on drive. Eddie Hemmings dropped that catch. That was a reprieve that Tendulkar got at the start of his innings. Thereafter, he was set. Partnership started brewing, Prabhakar and Tendulkar. Fast forward, I'll do a special story on this. Fast forward, Tendulkar gets his first 100. Before getting the 100, so when Tendulkar is batting, he tells me he's nervous. So Angus Fraser bowls him a bouncer. He ducks with the bat like this, like a periscope. So the bat is like this. The ball comes and hits the bat and rolls over. Instead of going to hand, rolls over for 3 runs. So Tendulkar survives with that. The ball goes over, and then he hit Chris Lewis for 3 and gets to 100. Okay. Now, Tushar, listen to this one. So I said, so then what did you do? He said, I had never scored 100 in international cricket. I said, yes. He said, I didn't want to lift my bat. I said, why? He said, I was embarrassed. I said, what do you mean? He said, the whole crowd is giving me an ovation and celebrating with me and all. But I'm like, I'm feeling so embarrassed कि मैं bat उठाऊं ना उठाऊं. Should I lift my bat or not lift my bat? I've never done this. I've never celebrated in front of the crowd. So should I lift my bat or not? And finally, I lifted my bat. He said, when I go back and check the footage of it, I'm just doing this and putting it down. I said, what are you saying? He said, after that, Glenn McGrath and people had their signature ways of celebrating, like with the ball, like, I'm showing the ball off and all of that. Sachin said, I did not want to do it. I just did not want to do it. After he got the 100, then he said, okay, Manoj and I decided that even if I get out then, we might still lose the game. So we must continue and close out the match. So fast forward, I'll do a special on this. 343 for 6 India, match drawn. So match drawn, they're coming out. Now India's manager is Madhav Mantri. So Madhav Mantri goes and tells him that, listen, after the prize distribution is over, you have to come and do the media conference. That you will have to. Sachin catches Madhav Mantri's hand and says, sir, मैंने तो 100 कर दिया. Media को आप face कर लो. So Madhav Mantri says, what are you talking about? You have to come and face them. He said, sir, उल्टा सीधा सवाल पूछ लेगा, मैं तो बोल नहीं पाऊंगा. मैं नहीं जाने वाला मीडिया के सामने. And his teammates told him, तुम्हें उल्टा सीधा सवाल पूछेगा, ये गोरा मीडिया जो है, ये बहुत बदमाश है, ये बहुत ये है, तुमको पूछेगा, तुम आंसर नहीं कर पाओगे. He said, boss, I will not go and face the media. Then the Madhav Mantri says, don't worry, that is after the prize distribution. So he gets his first bottle of champagne. Now he's 17. He can't open that bottle of champagne. So he decides, I will keep that bottle of champagne. When he opened it, finally Sachin opened that bottle of champagne the day Sarah was born in 1998. So he had taken the bottle back, 1990 Man of the Match award at Old Trafford in Manchester. He had taken it back to his house, and he had taken it back to his house and opened it the day Sarah was born in 1998. Anyway, then Madhav Mantri takes him to the press conference, and he says, finally I realized ये उतना बुरा नहीं है. मेरे को actually अच्छा सवाल पूछ रहा है. मैंने आंसर किया, सारे मीडिया को सबने मुझे congratulate किया. That started Sachin Tendulkar's tryst with the media, and now he has done 1.5 million press conferences in his life. But Sachin and stories, it will not end. So I can keep rattling stories of Manchester. And by the way, India versus New Zealand, Manchester. Here's the media box. I was sitting here or the other side. I don't remember which side. And Rishabh gets out. Semi-final. Yes, Rishabh gets out. All hell breaks loose. Sachin and I, we were supposed to do the show. So Sachin said, I am not going to be around this stadium. Take me to the Old Trafford area. Have you been to Old Trafford, the Manchester United? There's a water body there.
Yeah.
So there is a water body next to Old Trafford where nobody will come. We will stand there and we'll do our show. So that is what happened on the day of the World Cup. Indian defeat against New Zealand. Coming back to lots of questions. Anshul Kamboj bowling today. Yes, Anshul Kamboj is part of the Indian nets. He's been part of the fielding session. Who asked this one? Tarun Negi. Yes, Tarun. Anshul is part of it. Arvind, Shardul and Kamboj for Reddy and Akash Deep. 2 changes. Possible. Arvind, possible. Shardul is a straight swap for Nitish. I don't see. I mean, it'll be this thing, but Kuldeep, I am not sure. So I think, Arvind, you have a point there. Fitbank played only 2 tests. NKR ruled out from the series. What's wrong with our young players' fitness? He apparently injured himself in the gym. So I don't think. না আমি তো যেখান থেকে পারছি পড়ে দিচ্ছি কেন চিন্তাই করিস না প্রশ্ন নিলেই হলো হর্ষিত সাগর ঋষভ पंत अपडेट बोलिया था ऋषभ पंत is fine he was training and he was going after Jasprit Bumrah saying Jassi bhai बहुत जोर से फेंक रहा है जो बहुत जोर से फेंक रहा है and he started throwing so hard in fact one went straight across and went to the other side of the ground that's Rishabh Pant sir I am a little bit worried why team has only one mandatory practice session out of these 9 days no it's not the case firstly Lords was an intense test match. They had a practice session on the 17th in Beckenham. I think you have seen, which is the day when Akash Deep's bandage and all of that happened. He got the injury. Rohit Juglan reported from Beckenham. Yesterday was also an optional practice session. So the team did that. And I'm sure, and today is a match day -2 session. Look, it has been an intense series. You've also had a couple of injuries, but I understand where you're coming from. Tomorrow will be another practice session. Today will be a 3-hour session, and the series has gone on in a manner where India will have a clear idea. But whose question was it? RKM. Abhishek Ranjan, is Anshul Kamboj playing or Prasid make its place? What's your gut feeling? I do see on a wicket where there will be movement, Anshul Kamboj does have a chance. I absolutely see, because it's not a hit the deck. If you see the pitch, Trisha, plus yes, Anshul Kamboj does have a chance. So that's my call. Hey, Boria, why is Kuldeep is playing or not? Don't really see that. Kuldeep is playing or not. कॉस्मिक सियर कौन खेलेगा लग रहा है वही तो बता रहे हैं मेरे भाई आप इतना दिन से मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ इतना समय से कौन खेल रहा है वही तो बोल रहा हूँ अरविंद यस पाक गए हम सुन के क्या पक गए क्या सुन के आप पक गए हो वो बताओ ये तो मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं अभी नीचे जा रहा हूँ ये क्या फालतू के बातें लेके बैठे हो भाई फालतू के बातें लेके बैठे हैं तो आप मेरा फालतू टाइम मत बर्बाद किया करो जाओ यहाँ से बोर हो रहा है मत देख यार जुरेल का क्या लगा जुरेल का आई डोंट थिंक खेल रहा है ऋषभ पंत लुक कंप्लीटली फाइन टू मी एक ही बार उन्होंने यहाँ पे ही लुक्ड एट द फिंगर ओनली वन टाइम बिकॉज ही वाज राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी आई डोंट सी पंत हैविंग अ प्रॉब्लम विथ द फिंगर एट ऑल सो honestly I don't see Dhruv Jurel taking that position as a batter so I don't yes Pant was keeping Trisha's right do we have visuals of the thing I'm sure we have visuals of that we will play it also where Rishabh Pant was keeping so he's absolutely okay we have visuals of that as well Harshit Sagar मैंने आपको ऋषभ पंत अपडेट दे दिया अभी दिया वेदर अपडेट ऑन मैच डेज भाई तेरे को अभी बोर हो रहा था तो फिर सवाल पूछ रहा है यार तू बड़ा चैंपियन है सागर अभी तू बोल रहा था मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ ये चैंपियन दोगलापन मत कर अगर सीधा सवाल पूछना है तो सवाल पूछ अगर क्वेश्चन पूछना है पूछ आंसर करेंगे मुझे नीडल मत कर मैं तुझे डबल नीडल कर दूंगा ओके Where is Gargi? Gargi is in the net session area watching the nets. Will join me in exactly an hour and a half for the 5 p.m. show. She's actually watching the nets area and reporting from there and while I do the live. So she will join me for the 5 p.m. show. All of them will join. Don't you worry. Weather update on match days. There is a chance 20-30% chance of precipitation on most of the days, but the truth is that 20-30% doesn't really happen. अभी अगर आप देखेंगे beautiful blue sky. Hey रोहन आरेक बार आकाशटा देखा तो just ऊपर उठिए दे ऊपर उठा हाँ उठा look at the sky now. Look at the sky now. Beautiful blue sky with some clouds, no chance of rain. Today morning also white clouds. Today morning also 21-14 there was chance of rain. You can see the sky. You can see the sky. Beautiful day here in Manchester. You can show Trisha. देखा घोड़ा. So there's Trisha wearing a jacket. आरो पिछने घोड़ा शोभिष्ठा को देखिए दे. So there she is. She's also wearing a jacket. And I will show you Rohan. Yes, Rohan is also wearing a jacket. So that's the weather like 21-14 every day of the test match is 19-14 19-15 so that's the kind of weather like okay I've given you that মৃদুল পাত্র 21 জুলাই টিএমসি গুরু ম্যানচেস্টারে বসে কলকাতায় টিএমসি টা আমি কি করব বলো আমার মেয়ের স্কুলে যেতে হয়নি শহীদ দিবস মেয়েকে আজকে বাড়ি থেকে অনলাইন ক্লাস হয়েছে মৃদুল সেটা আমি তোমায় বলতে পারি কিন্তু কলকাতায় টিএমসি কি করছে ম্যানচেস্টারে বসে বসা এই খবরটা দেওয়ার মতন দম আমারও নেই Okay, KL was at second slip. No, from this drill that we have seen, KL was not at second slip, at least for the drill that we have just seen in front of us. Shubhayan may have tweeted, but the drill that happened in...
We have seen that they had shuffled.
Yeah. Could have been. They may have done multiple drills, but the drill that we are talking about, Shubhayan may have tweeted. If Shubhayan had tweeted for another drill that the Indians did, the one that the three of us were sitting here and saw, it was Shubman Gill, Karun Nair, Yashasvi Jaiswal, and Sai Sudarshan. These were the four guys who were at slip, and that's what we are giving you. What does I Gala mean? Yaar, mujhe pata nahi hai. SRM fan club. What is the question? Anshul Kamboj, question mark, possibly playing. बोरिया प्लेइंग 11 बताओ. बताया, दोबारा बताएंगे, चिंता मत करो. मैच के दिन बारिश का की, अरे गुरु आस्ते दाड़ा पलाश ना. मैच के दिन बारिश, मैं बोला आपको ना अभी, मैनचेस्टर में अगर बारिश नहीं होगा, इस जगह का नाम रेनचेस्टर नहीं होता. इस जगह का नाम हम लोग मजे से रेनचेस्टर कहते हैं. हर दिन बारिश होगा, थोड़ा थोड़ा होगा, बट मैच हो जाएगा, रिजल्ट भी होगा, आप चिंता ना करें. KL was at second slip, मैंने ऑलरेडी आंसर किया है. साई और करुण, बाप रे, $1 million क्वेश्चन. त्रिशा, Sai or Karun is something that even I am struggling to understand. I think Karun. I think Karun. Sai did. But then if Sai is playing, who misses out or what's happening is a difficult one. I see Shardul playing for Nitish. I see Anshul coming in for Akash, provided Akash has a niggle. If there is a case, or Akash also fielded well, then Anshul might miss out. Because if Akash is fit, I don't see a change in the pace department. Siraj, Bumrah, and Akash will play. That is something that I see. If Akash has still that groin niggle, then Anshul might come in there, because swing bowler will come in there, does the batting also a little bit much better than possibly Prasidh. That could well mean that India goes, because England has that bride and cars and all of that stuff, lower down the order. Akash Deep का बताओ. Akash Deep का मैंने बताया आपको, ट्रेनिंग कर रहे थे, फील्डिंग कर रहे थे. किसका सवाल था? आकाश दीप का बताओ. कॉस्मिक सियर. आकाश दीप का কি হলো? হাসছিস কেন? কার ফিটনেস টেস্ট হচ্ছে?
আকাশ দীপ
করছিল. আচ্ছা, so Akash Deep was doing a fitness test also, because he was training full on. He was doing the fielding drill full on. I did not see a problem with Akash Deep's fielding session at all. Provided he is fine, I don't see India making a change in that pace bowling department. In that case, Anshul will miss out. It will be Bumrah, Siraj. By the way, Siraj, did you see? I mean, he's bowled 110 overs. The chap's intensity, when Adrian finally said end of that throwing drill, he said, what do you mean end? What do you mean end? As if he had to win. So because he had not won, he's going and challenging Adrian. What do you mean end? So the guy's intensity, Mohammad Siraj, is something incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I don't see a change there. If Nainital weather, it's like Nainital weather in Manchester. Please order hot momos. सागर, मैनचेस्टर में वाव मोमो का ब्रांच खोलो यार, फिर वाव मोमो ऑर्डर करते हैं, यहाँ से कर देंगे भाई. तू खिला, आज रात को जिया में जाएंगे, दोबारा कुछ इंडियन खाएंगे. वाव मोमो. Who will replace NKR? Shardul Thakur should. Straight swap. With all of this rain around, I don't see this to be a turner. I don't see Kuldeep Yadav coming in because of that. I also see the batting with Jofra Archer, with Manchester, India wanting that batting, which is why I'm saying Shardul Thakur possibly a straight swap for Kuldeep Yadav.
Sai in place of Nitish.
So then your bowler shot. Okay, interesting. Trisha says Sai in place of Nitish. If Sai in place of Nitish, then India goes with who? So you have the same pace bowling attack. Who's that? Akash. He's limping, is he? Yeah, look at that. That's not good news. If somebody is walking down the steps like that, holding the two guardrails, I don't want to take visuals of that. That's not. If that is the visual that we just saw, he's 100% not well. What the visual that we saw of Akash Deep, the way he came down the stairs, we can absolutely tell you he's not going to play. If this is match day, look, he's still limping. Rohan, Shobitane, pechon theke Shobitane, this is good enough. This is good enough. Absolutely good enough too. This is so from this, Anshul Kamboj comes in. So folks, if this is the case, and I can absolutely tell you now, from what I've just seen, the way to 100%, Nitish Reddy gone. Nitish Reddy, you are saying Sai in reinstating the batting. Could be a Shardul or a Sai. We will see. But this visual of Akash Deep tells me Akash Deep is certainly not playing. Akash Deep is not playing, and there Anshul Kamboj will make his test debut, is what we absolutely justifiably feel, having seen. So I'll tell you exactly what we've just seen. So Akash was coming down the stairs. He was actually holding the two railings, and literally, so if you and I come down the stairs, and if we are not injured, we can actually just walk down, right? He was holding the two rails and taking both feet at a time and putting both feet together. So there is definitely an injury concern. There's definitely a strain, which is why Akash was walking like that. Absolutely, 2 days before the match, if somebody is walking like that, he isn't playing, and I can confirm that to you. Absolutely sure about that. So if that's the case, Anshul Kamboj joins Jasprit Bumrah and joins Mohammad Siraj. Here, I do think India will go in with Shardul Thakur. I do think Washington Sundar. Trisha says Sai Sudarshan comes in for to reinstate the batting, comes in for Nitish Kumar Reddy. We will see what happens. There's a super chat. Ei super chat ta ki kore nebo baba? তুই দিতে পারিস তাহলে দিয়ে দে, এখান থেকেও দেয়া যায় বোধহয়, গার্গি এখান থেকে দিত, সুপার চ্যাটটা দিয়ে দে, নিয়ে নি, নাহলে আমার সমস্যাটা হয় আমি সুপার চ্যাট ভুলে যাই। হ্যাঁ, বাট তুই দিয়ে দিয়েছিস তো, কে আমি তো চোখে ওখানে কানা, তো দেখতে পাবো না, আমায় মালটা সামনে থেকে দে। ওকে, দাঁড়াও ভাই, দাঁড়া আমাকে এখানে এই পেয়েছি 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 পেয়েছি। অনুরাগ মালপানি, স্যার, ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ হেট এগেনস্ট হিন্দি স্পিকিং স্টার্টেড ইন মহারাষ্ট্র, কর্ণাটকা, নাও হ্যাপনিং ইন বেঙ্গল অলসো। बोरिया, व्हाट्स योर थॉट्स? वी इंडिया डिवाइडेड, इंडिया यूनाइटेड कब था मेरे भाई? इंडिया यूनाइटेड कब था? नहीं था। बट फिर भी एक इमेजिन कम्युनिटी क्रिकेट ग्राउंड में तैयार हो जाता है। वही तो क्रिकेट का ब्यूटी है। ये पॉलिटिकल शो तो हो नहीं रहा है कि मैं आपको लैंग्वेज एजिटेशन के बारे में बताऊं अनुराग। ये तो क्रिकेट का शो हो रहा है। मैं मैनचेस्टर में बैठ के इंडिया में लैंग्वेज डिवीजन में क्या हो रहा है आपके कैसे बताऊं? बट इफ यू आर आस्किंग मी इफ देयर इज एन एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ एन इंडिया, दैट इंडिया डज एग्जिस्ट इन आवर इमेजिनेशन. It exists on the sporting field. It exists when India goes out there to play against England on the 23rd. That India will have a Maharashtrian, that India will have a Bengali or somebody from Bengal, that India will have somebody from South India, that India will have someone from North India, and we'll actually say that's an India out there. That's my answer to you. So on the sporting field, Anurag, it is still an India. That's what you will see. Visual today. This is a fascinating visual. Jasprit Bumrah alone, and I think he will walk to the pitch. Either he will walk to the pitch or he will come this side, but this is an interesting visual. Jasprit Bumrah may have finished his net session alone, walking to the pitch. India's rock star. He is walking to the pitch to try and see maybe a glimpse of the wicket. এটা অর্ধেক কি হলো? এটা স্ক্রিনটা ছোট করছিস কেন? Oh, okay. Okay, Rohan is trying to do some artistic nonsense. I don't know if you can see, but yes, he's there. You can see Jasprit Bumrah at the wicket alone. I had seen KL Rahul do this visualization ahead of the India-Pak game, and 3 more support staff. I think it's Morne, I think one more. So Jasprit will train with them. That is why there are 2 other support staff now coming. So Jasprit at the center wicket alone, and 2 other support staff. Is that Morne? Yeah, that is Morne. So Morne and a couple more support staff are also coming back from the net session. Now Jasprit is there. You can see Jasprit Bumrah right in front of us, trying to go and figure out and get a sense of the wicket. Interesting visuals, very interesting visuals. But the takeaway, one of the takeaways from this practice session, I can tell you this, is Akash Deep will not play. Nitish Reddy has been ruled out. Arshdeep Singh has been ruled out. But I can break this on Rev Sports. If Akash Deep, from what we have seen, goes and plays, then it is an absolute miracle. Nothing like that. Tweet kore de. Akash Deep Singh unlikely to feature in India's playing 11 at Manchester. Absolutely tweet kore de. From what we understand, Akash Deep, from what I have seen, I don't absolutely envisage Akash Deep playing, because he literally had both his hands on the rails as he jumped down and started walking. So I don't see that. Loads of people watching the show, by the way, which is good to see. Boria sir, what do you think? Please tell us about playing 11. Dada, इतना समय से प्लेइंग 11 ही বলছি, কি নাম অর্ক বাগচি, গুরুদেব এটাই বলছি, একটু মন দিয়ে শোনো, তাহলে আর এই প্রশ্নটা জিজ্ঞেস করবে না। नंबर 8 पर वॉशिंगटन खेलेगा या शार्दुल? I think both of them will play. Either Shardul or Trisha says not Shardul but Sai. But if Sai plays, Washington is either way playing. Washington will be your number 7 or number 8. If Shardul plays, Washington will be 7 and Shardul will be 8. And if Sai plays, then Washington will be number 8. So Washington is definitely going to play either at number 7 or at number 8, and that's an absolute guarantee. Can't KL keep wickets? Nah. KL is opening the batting. This is interesting. KL is opening the batting. I don't see KL keep wickets at all in a test match. No, it will be Rishabh Pant. What is Jasprit doing? I think he's measuring his run up. I think he's measuring his run up with Mone. Very visual gulo chai amar, because this is a separate story. Get me Mone and Jasprit. We will do a separate story on this. He's measuring his run up, center wicket, premier bowler. Need these visuals. Mone and Jasprit in deep conversation. Yet again, very clear that Jasprit Bumrah will lead the Indian attack at Old Trafford. Otherwise, this doesn't happen. Jasprit Bumrah 100% is going to lead the Indian attack at Old Trafford, and that's why we are seeing these visuals. Boria, test match is so interesting in England. Hello, Rajiv Ranjan. Why is test match so interesting? Because of several reasons. These countries embrace test match cricket really well. You will see packed houses, whether it is Lords, whether it is Sydney, whether it is Manchester, whether it is Melbourne. Melbourne was 85 plus thousand. So you will see these countries embracing test match cricket like nobody's business. That is why. And I absolutely love the vibe of a test match. And that's why these countries' test cricket is so good. Gambhir should back Shreyash and Sarfaraz like he backed Karun Nair. He lost 17 kgs. Bhai, 17 kgs cannot be an index to go and play test cricket. I've got nothing against Sarfaraz or Shreyash or anyone, but 17 kgs cannot be an index. If he wants to be a top quality sportsman, he's got a career ahead of him. He's got a lot of talent, Sarfaraz, but he's not part of this setup. He's not part of this team in England. Whoever asked this question, किसने कहा था? किसका सवाल था? Arvind. 17 kilos cannot be an index to play test cricket. He does deserve, but for a different reason, not for 17 kilos. Boriada bowling combination ki hobe mone hocche? Ki hoba bhai, tui ki East Bengal supporter? Is he fit enough to play as a wicketkeeper batter with this heavy tapping? He will play. He will play. Rishabh Pant will play. And by the way, there is no tapping. Tapping ta kothay? Angule kichu chilo na. I have not seen a single bandage on Rishabh Pant's hands to say any tapping. Dak. He's doing the bowling drill at the wicket, Jasprit. This is interesting. Will Manchester become Rainchester? No. You will have a full game. Rohan Yole, you will have a full game. Maybe a couple of interruptions here and there, but nothing significant that you will not have a full game. I love doing these shows. Yeah, these conversationalist shows are so much fun. অভিষেক রায় বাংলায় প্রশ্ন করেছে, ইংলিশ এবং অস্ট্রেলিয়ান মিডিয়ার মধ্যে পার্থক্যটা আপনি কিভাবে দেখেন? ইংলিশ মিডিয়া এটিকে অ্যাশেজের একটি অনুশীলন সিরিজ হিসেবে প্রচার করেছিল মূর্খ বলে যদি বলে মনে করে একটা ইন্ডিয়া সিরিজ অ্যাশেজের অনুশীলন, এই থেকে ইসিবি যত পয়সা করছে না বা যত পয়সা করবে, এই একটা ইন্ডিয়া সিরিজ থেকে গোটা বছরের ইংল্যান্ড ক্রিকেট চলবে। কেউ যদি বলে
টেস্টে 3.5 মিলিয়নের প্রফিট হয়েছে,
এক্স্যাক্টলি, হেডিংলি টেস্টে 3 ইসিবি। আরে অত দূর যাচ্ছেন কেন? লর্ডস টেস্টের শেষ দিন, লর্ডসে টেস্ট ক্রিকেটের শেষ দিনে টিকিট বিক্রি হয় না, 20 পাউন্ড 25 পাউন্ডের টিকিট বিক্রি হয়। কেন জানেন? কারণ লর্ডসের টেস্ট ম্যাচ আগে শেষ হয়ে যায়, তাই জন্য লাস্ট দিনের টিকিট বেচা হয় না। বেচা হলে কি হয়, লাস্ট দিনের ডিসিশন হয় যে আজকে টিকিট বিক্রি হবে। আপনি জানেন কত টাকায় টিকিট বিক্রি হচ্ছিল? 125 থেকে 135 পাউন্ডের টিকিট বিক্রি হচ্ছিল লাস্ট দিন। আপনারা সবাই দেখেছেন লর্ডস ভরে গেছিল, এবং কার পার্কিং এর সাথে বিক্রি হচ্ছিল আলাদা করে। ইসিবি যত টাকা উইনফল করছে না ইন্ডিয়া সিরিজ থেকে, আর ব্রিটিশ মিডিয়া যতভাবে কভার করছে, তারা যদি, হ্যাঁ আমিও জানি এটা আপনি যেটা বলছেন যে প্রথমে এটা অনুশীলন হিসেবে দেখছিল, মূর্খের মতো কথা। ইন্ডিয়া যেখানে যায় সেই সিরিজটা হচ্ছে ক্রিকেট জগতের মার্কি সিরিজ, এটা মানতে হবে। সে ইন্ডিয়া জিতুক আর হারুক।
সুপার চ্যাট
কি আছে? সুপার চ্যাট Hardik Desai, bring Khalil also. He's also there in the county, done good with the bowling and well. Yes, correct. Khalil has done well, but you don't need more. You've got an injury. Arshdeep has not been ruled out of the series. You can't keep adding people to your squad. You've added Anshul Kamboj to your squad. From the looks of it, in place of Akash Deep, he's looking very likely to me that he will indeed play. So I do think that Anshul will play. Khalil is a good suggestion, left arm, but I don't think if Arshdeep would have been ruled out, Akash Deep ruled, unlikely লিখে দাও। একদম আনলাইকলি, আমরা তো রুলড আউট বলতে পারি না, আনলাইকলি লিখে দাও, আনলাইকলি লিখে দাও। এবং
বলছে টিএমসি আর বিজেপি
টিএমসি কোথায়, কে বাবা,
কমেন্ট করেছে
কোথায়, কেন এই ভুলটা করছে কেন?
রাজীব রঞ্জন, টিএমসি আর বিজেপি
only rep scores.
ভাই টিএমসি বিজেপি কি বলছিস তুই?
স্ক্রিন দেখো, স্ক্রিন দেখো।
স্ক্রিনে দাঁড়া খুলি। ভাই তুই কে প্রশ্ন করছিস আমি বলছি, দাঁড়া। Hardik, so I've taken your answer, Hardik. But if Arshdeep would have been ruled out, he has not been ruled out. He has just been ruled out of this particular test match. Then you would have seen Khalil come back, or Khalil could have been added to the squad. So your question is a valid one. India is missing Jarvo. Are bapre. Rohan মাঝখানের কথা, Jarvo is an absolute asshole. So Jarvo টার্ভোর মতন ফালতু লোককে টেস্ট ক্রিকেটে আনবেন না। Absolute disasters, and they disturb test cricket. Look at Bumrah. Look at that. That's actually the story. Center wicket bowling from your premier speedster, alada kore eshe training. That's the story of today. That's one first story of today. Akash Deep unlikely. First news point, let me give you 5 news points. Number 2, Rishabh Pant kept wickets, so absolutely fine to play, fit to play. Number 2 news point. Number 3 news point, Jasprit Bumrah full on intensity center wicket practice. So that's the number 3 news point. Number 4 news point, Anshul Kamboj has joined the team based on what we have seen of Akash Deep, likely to make his test debut. Number 5 news point, the slip cordon change. We have seen Yashasvi Jaiswal back in the slip cordon. Will he field at the third slip position in place of Nitish Reddy? Is an absolute interesting news point that we have observed. So these are the 5 news points that we can give you from today's practice session, from what we have seen so far. Gargi and the rest of the people were there at the nets. Once they come, we will be able to update you more. But these are the news points that, Boryada, good to see you again. Thank you very much. Bat or bowl first? Manchester first couple of days, bowlers will have an advantage. Historically, India 8 for 4 last time round. Bowlers will have an advantage. So we will see. We will have to wait more before. Boria, what's your view on Sahil Malhotra Shubhayan attack? Shubhayan abar kobe attack holo? Shubhayan to attack হয়নি?
He was harassed.
Oh, Shubhayan was harassed, but Sahil was attacked. I mean, London is one of the most unsafe cities in the world. I've said that multiple times. It is one of the most unsafe cities in the world, and one has to keep that in mind. So my view, disgusting. Such things should not happen. Shubhayan and Rohit, racist taunts, such things should not happen. My view is extremely hard and strong on this, and I've aired that. The law enforcement officers, police should have taken a far stronger view of it. Has Pant fully recovered? Yes, absolutely yes. Sai and Karun both, we've already answered that. As I said, 12:30 when we do our 5 p.m. Gargi was at the nets. When she joins me, we will give you more on what the nets happened. Boria, your view on what's up with London KP ranting about growing thefts, Ben Stokes house theft? I've already answered that. AB board Shoal. Update about Karun, very likely to play. Very likely to play. Was fielding at the second slip position, extremely likely to play. Sir, where is nets where team is practicing the other side of the ground? I'm sitting next to the media box. Are Gargi is here, so she can easily join now also, but we will come back. I was about to finish this particular live in 5 minutes. At 12:30 we will take a detailed lowdown of the nets which she was covering. Is Siraj in good shape in terms of physical? Yes, he is. Absolutely is. Was very competitive and very intense at the nets, and 110 overs so far from Mohammad Siraj so far in this series, and yet he's absolutely in top shape. Incredible team man, incredible competitor. Boss, it's already been 40 minutes. Oh wow, শেষ করি, 40 মিনিট করে ফেলেছি আপনাদের সাথে. Where is nets? I've already given you that. Take the question. India needs to bat first to have higher chances of winning. Why? England batted first, multiple times, couple of times, put India. Why is it that a bat first thing is compulsion? Why? If you see conditions aiding your fast bowlers, you can bowl England out for 250 runs. At Edgbaston, you won bowling first. So what makes you feel? Sorry, batting first. Lords, if you see England, what makes you feel that it's that unidimensional way to win test matches? Because of this series, you are saying this? Could be. At Leeds, England put India in, but England won, isn't it? So a team batting second one. It turned in Edgbaston. Again, it turned in Lords. So I don't think batting first or bowling first. It will depend on conditions, depend on the faster bowlers. Jasprit Bumrah still doing centre wicket practice, just so you guys know. What is this, sir? Akash Deep update. I'm by Dark Knight bolechi already. Akash Deep extremely unlikely to play. Trisha has already tweeted. Akash Deep was coming down the stairs. He was holding both sides and he was jumping each step. And that tells me that there is an absolute groin strain. Unless there is a groin strain and he was limping when he was watching. I think Rohan has visuals. We will play those visuals at some point. Did you get the visuals? We have the visuals also. I can tell you very categorically, Akash Deep highly unlikely to play. We've broken that on Rev Sports. Anshul Kamboj most likely to make his test debut. From my understanding, from what I've seen, Matchday -2, Akash Deep cannot play in this physical state. Whether he will play at the Oval, we will have to see, but certainly not in Manchester. Bhai, at 3 minutes korbo, tarpore we will come back at 12:30 local, which is 5 p.m. and Gargi will join me then. Can we play Prasid and Anshul with 4 proper bowlers? No. Then your batting suffers. With Jofra Archer and Manchester wicket, I don't see India going in with both of them. Pitch update looks green at this point. Looks green at this point. Serious rain around. Highly unlikely to aid spin. Highly unlikely to aid spin. And I need to show you something. I can't say this on air. I need to show you something. Okay, so absolutely not a Turner. Absolutely not a Turner. No, Trisha can still be correct. I mean, we have to wait and see till tomorrow, but chances are we will keep you updated. We will keep you updated. Does England make any changes? Might be Atkinson in place of Oakes? Good question. Oakes has done a lot of bowling. Cars also has done a lot of bowling, who looks slightly on the unfit side, but Cars because of the Oakes also because of the batting. Liam Dawson is a better batter. Liam Dawson will add in place of Shoaib. Bashir will also add to the England batting. Dawson will play. So that means Atkinson could just come in because Atkinson is good, but why should they drop after an 8-day break a Oakes or a Bryden Cars? Okay, 2 more minutes. Boria sir, your journey inspiring my handicap. Oh, handicap brother. Deeply appreciate. If we can serve as any kind of inspiration, do reach out to us, and we can serve as any kind of motivation. It will be a deeply humbling thing.
GM Dawson, the guy Abhay Tipnis, you remember?
Yes. Yes.
So
Gautam
Gambhir and Ryan Dushite called him to practice for Liam Dawson.
Nice. So you can go and check the interview with Abhay Tipnis on our site, which Trisha had done. Gautam and Ryan had called Abhay so that India can train for Liam Dawson. Old Trafford better than Edgbaston in what way? As a stadium, you mean? As a stadium, it's a lovely stadium. Manchester is a better city. I like Manchester as a city better than Birmingham. More beautiful city, more historical city. Dockyard. Manchester United, Manchester City gives it a lot of football, and obviously much more. Manchester 2002 Commonwealth Games completely redeveloped the city. More input of money. Capital of Northern England, close to Glasgow. In that sense, more culture. The arena and shopping. Shopping is fantastic in Manchester. If anybody wants to go and shop, fantastic shopping in Manchester. Food also around the city center area, beautiful food. So I like Manchester more. I think there's a super chat. Okay, Baba. I was excited to see Arshdeep debut at Manchester. Unfortunately, not here. I'm really happy that Anshul got his maiden call. Hardik Desai has good control in bowling. He makes a debut. I think yes. I think he's certainly going to make a debut here. Bhai Sheshkuri, 11:30. We'll be back in an hour. Lots of comments, lots of people watching. Thank you very much for joining me. My first show back. I need my co-host back in the next show. Been talking for 42 minutes. She was there. Yeah, I've seen her. It's just that she was at the other side when I was doing a meeting with Trisha and Rohan, and we started this particular show. So we will be back in exactly an hour, 5 at 5, with Gargi joining me back. Thank you very much for watching till then. Appreciate you joining me.